is such a huge day, y'all. We have been working on this funnel since the end of February. Today has been very frustrating. The pixel that I spent time setting up on Meta ads is completely gone. I don't know what the heck happened, so I gotta go set this whole thing back up and set up the tracking, which is cool, but I'm just like, bro, it's 8 o'clock. This is something that should have been done so long ago. I'm gonna sit on the couch, I'm gonna knock this out. I am not gonna give up. We take 5 steps forward, 4 steps back. That's it. So let's get our day started. Today is such a huge day, y'all. I have been waiting for this day for the past 3 months, honestly, which sounds crazy, but today is the day that we finally push our funnel live. This has been the most frustrating, trying, and honestly, like, mentally draining time period throughout, honestly, probably my entire entrepreneurship journey, because we started off 2025 with a game plan. And in February of 2025, God showed me something in particular through a certain person, through one of my mentors. And I was like, okay, I gotta jump on this. I gotta do this thing. And so that caused us to rebuild a lot. Not only that, but we actually ended up going through a couple of different issues on the back end that I'm not gonna share. Maybe I'll share it with like my bomb CEOs or something, but we ended up going through a couple of issues on the back end, which made us need to change a lot of things on the back end. And so I was a little bit skeptical about those changes because I was so tied to how it originally was. And one of the things that God has been showing me through this process is that you gotta trust me and you gotta be willing to let go when it's time for you to let go, and you gotta be willing to take on what the new thing is that I'm giving to you, because that's gonna contribute to your growth and the ultimate person that you are molding to become. And so it took me a while to realize that I ain't even gonna flex and act like I was just like all with it before. But honestly, I am so happy that I did, because now throughout this vlog, or maybe even this series of vlogs, I'll break down just how instrumental this funnel is going to be. But what it's allowed me to do is the very thing that I do best. So I am a brand strategist for product-based businesses. I love product-based businesses. I started off with a product-based business with my shoe boutique, and even before then, but my shoe boutique was the most successful before this business. And when I got into the consulting space, I started doing a lot of services and stuff like that. And then I realized that my impact wasn't as big, and doing service only was so draining. So I decided to start creating digital products. And little did I know that one of those digital products I created will go on to sell over 900 copies in less than a year, which is freaking fire and phenomenal. And so I've always had the core of products. Launching HBU last year, like all the different ideas that I have that will unfold as a result of my obedience and my discipline. I love products. And so what I realized is that I had been calling the Brand Hustler a consulting company for so long that I was tied to just coaching and services, and I was doing products a little bit on the side. But what this funnel is, it allows me to productize. I don't know if that's a word, but it allows me to productize what it is that I'm doing, so that way it's easier to scale, it's more impactful, it generates more revenue without more work, and I am able to take that free time that I get back to put into other ventures that I know God has called on my life. So I'm so excited, y'all. I am so freaking excited. It is currently 12:56. Friday, what day is it? The 20th, June 20th. We have been working on this funnel since the end of February, okay? But I am so excited. It's a little bit late. I'm starting a little bit late. My intention was to get up out of here at 11:30, but obviously we ain't do that yet. So we're about an hour and a half behind, but I'm gonna give myself some grace, because 1, it's Friday, 2, it's the day after Juneteenth, and 3, this entire week I've been waking up early, going to bed really, really late. And one of those days I technically pulled an all-nighter, because I stayed up until 7 a.m., slept until 10 or 11 a.m., and then got straight back to work. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit of grace there. But we are about to head out to Starbucks, because the last thing that I need to do for this funnel is I need to finish the captions for the ads, and then I need to set up the ad campaigns. Like, I've put the design and everything, all that is together. I just gotta actually set it up, like put all the pieces together. And then I'm gonna do one paid test of this full funnel, and then we're gonna get into some content. But I also got an invoice to send. That's it. So let's get our day started, shall we? It is hot as fish grease out here. It's currently 4:47, and OMG, I was sweating up a storm, so I moved inside, but it's going good. It's going good. I started super later than I wanted to. So I ended up leaving when I showed y'all I was leaving. But then I kind of lollygagged. I saw some big houses. I got distracted, all the things. But I just had my husband test out all the pages that I set up for the funnel. He's saying that they're working, and that's good. I finished everything for the ads. Now all I have to do is set it up in the Meta ad suite. So piecing all the things together, because I had already designed all the ads, which is like literally like 20 different ad creatives. If you don't know what an ad creative is, that is either the image, the carousel, video, whatever the visuals are that go to the design. The pixel that I spent time setting up on Meta ads is completely gone. I went to set up I went to set up the ad campaign because, you know, I had already designed all the things. I set up the custom audiences. I built the lookalikes. I wrote all the captions for the ads. And I went to the dashboard and I was setting up the ads. The first thing that annoyed me was that now they're pushing this advantage thing on everybody. Before, it was easier to turn it off and go manually. And although they say that you can still do manual, like when I went in there, I don't see the ability to. It's probably really small. You probably have to turn it off for every single thing. And so I'm gonna either watch like a full-blown tutorial or something, because it looks completely different. Then I got to the part where I wanted to track the conversions. I selected website, obviously, and then I'm selecting the pixel, which isn't called pixel anymore, by the way. And the pixel wasn't in the drop-down menu. So I clicked to go to my events manager, and I don't see the pixel. I see all these other pixels. Like I see the pixel for HBU. I see the pixel for something else. I see like 4 pixels total, and neither one of them was for this product funnel. So I don't know why the heck they deleted it. I don't know what the heck happened. So I gotta go set this whole thing back up and set up the tracking, which is cool because it shouldn't take that long, but I'm just like, bro, it's 8 o'clock. This is something that should have been done so long ago. See, so earlier when I said we have been working on this funnel for so long, and it's like, I was telling my husband yesterday on our walk, I said it's like we take 5 steps forward, 4 steps back. So every day we're taking a total of 1 step instead of the 5 that we should be taking. And it's mad annoying. It's so annoying, especially coming from somebody who is like, okay, like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And I just feel like I'm dragging my feet, even though I know a lot of this is not on me. It'll be a random tech issue. Everything's working fine. Today we go to test out the things, like the pages and everything. All of a sudden the checkout isn't working the way it's been working since we set it up. And we've tested every day this week. All of a sudden today, Friday, when we wanna go live, the freaking thing isn't working. So then we had to set up a complete alternative. I don't know if this is God testing me or what. The sun is like in my face, but I don't know if this is God testing me or what, to see how bad I want it, to see how disciplined I am. But baby, I am going home. I'm probably gonna change out this dress. I'm gonna sit on the couch and I'm gonna knock this out. I am not gonna give up, because this gotta go live today. Like I calculated everything. I broke down all the numbers, but let me stop running my mouth and let me go home. But hopefully, I don't know, you got some type of insight from this. Facebook, I don't know what they got going on. The world being against you, or at least seeming like it's against you when you're on the brink of something big, it just shows you that literally you are about to change the game. You're about to impact so much. Because on top of that, I told y'all I was supposed to send out an invoice today. And I'm gonna tell you more about that later, because I'm still confused about the whole situation. But I also feel like this was God's way of clearing what could be potentially a overloaded client load. so that I could focus on this funnel and focus on building this new signature thing the best way possible and getting back to HBU to be able to build my product brand so I can show you exactly how I do it, and I can inspire you, and I can give you action steps and all the things. And it's like, literally, this one person, I'm already impacting because they're in a program, but this one thing, doing design work for them, would have been amazing. And I had so many great ideas and I was so excited. And this is not talking any ill will on her, but that one person, I would have been like, it potentially could have slowed down me executing other things within this funnel or for HBU that would reach 100,000 more people. Does that make sense? So, hey, I'm with it, God. Whatever it is that I need to do, let's get it done. God, you are teaching me next level resilience. You hear me? Don't kill me. OMG. It was storming yesterday. The power went out, which means my computer shut down. What the heck? The freaking computer shut down, which means this Mac is about to act like a granny. I don't know if this happens. I don't know if this happens to all Macs or if my iMac is just a little old. I got mine in 2020 and I added additional storage. And when I tell you this thing be moving so slow, every time it restarts, it takes hours for it to catch up and sometimes days for it to catch up. So I might just use my laptop and plug it up to my second screen. That's what I'm gonna do actually. Look at this blanket. My husband's in cybersecurity and he used to work at this company, and they gave them like jackets, book bags, blankets. This is next level. I wanna do this for my brand. Like maybe I could have themed blankets for HBU because it's now like a lifestyle stationery company. So maybe I'll do like blankets eventually when we get a little bit bigger, we get our community popping. Maybe I could do some of these now for my brand development and training company, The Brand Hustler, where we send some of these to clients and stuff and like a care package in the fall. Ooh, this is fire. Look at that, like his logos on it. I don't know if you can tell, but those are the little logos. You know what it is. This is nice. So we are going to try something else to check on this Pixel, see if maybe I accidentally put it under a different ad account, because I still have access to people's ad accounts from when I was doing marketing and branding services on like a retainer base. And some people just never took me off their account, their Shopify accounts either. So I'll be having access to a bunch of people. So maybe I set it up under somebody else's account. I don't think I did though, but maybe I was half asleep and I did. So I'm gonna check that first before I just create a new Pixel.
2,000 years later.
Today has been very frustrating, but I'm still moving forward.
Looks like you're pushing through.
Yeah, an inspiring step forward.
Steps forward.
Inspiring steps forward. Now they run ads on Threads too, so that's interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll see how that does. I think probably the carousels will do better over there, especially because it's kind of like call out, real talk type stuff. Like, you think you're doing this, da-da-da. So I think those will do good over there, but I'm gonna let them control where it goes, but hopefully they do it right. Well, yeah, so that's where we're at. The other stuff is like, just God making room for me to focus. So I was supposed to send the invoice. I set up the invoice, I set up the contract. Remember, I saw the email yesterday. She had sent it in the wee hours of the morning. Told me to follow up yesterday. She was like, oh, but she already said that she's locked in. So if you don't have time yesterday, respond to her today, Friday. I went because she wanted a call, right? To talk about payment options. Obviously I didn't have the time yesterday. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it today. So when I saw it and I knew she said 2:00 Central Time, I was like, okay, cool. So I emailed her and I said, I'll call you, around the time when you wake up, whoop, whoop, whoop. This was like 2 hours in advance for when she wake up. Would you believe she wakes up and I go to the email just to like confirm the number and everything. And she says she went with somebody else. And so my mind was like your face. Cause I was like, it's been like 30 hours since you sent that email. And here's the catcher though. I gave you a week to pick the package. You were giving me all these compliments. Remember I told you about the agency and stuff? And you know that the agency isn't open and I'm doing this as like a thing because you're like a client inside of the program. So when she said that, I was so confused because I was like, ain't no way. You paid in full for the program, so that means you got the bonus. So we talked. Not only that, but literally I'm the one that helped you come up with this name. I'm the one that helped you come up with the whole aura of it, like based off of what you gave me. And this is not to say like you should pay me to do the design, because ultimately, literally, most of it don't go to me anyway. Ultimately, I mean, the program is not for them to get designs through us. So that was just an added bonus because it just made sense for a lot of students in the program. It was like, oh, okay, well, it just makes sense because you know me, you know my brand, so you can do whatever.
1,000 years later.
I hope that y'all can see this, but I have just finished setting up the 3 ad campaigns. And I know you're probably like, it took you that long to set up those 3. You see the ones with the blue across? You're probably like, it took so long to set up those 3. Bebe. That's because it's not just 3. There's multiple layers to this, okay? So like, for example, if I click this to open it, you'll see all of these different ads. These were all set up, okay? Y'all, I was so tired. It is currently 4:20 right now on Saturday, but it's cool. I got up like around 1 something, and now I'm about to make breakfast, which is gonna be a quick little smoothie. But you know what I realized? I realized that I bought something to level up my content, but because I was so focused on getting this funnel done, Exhibit A, I have not actually created any content. So I got this new gear that I have yet to open, and I'm actually renting it to see if I like it first. And the rental ends on Tuesday. So I had this for like a week, maybe like a day. So I'm about to have Andy open it because 1, I couldn't open it because I was scared it was gonna break my nails. Low key, it's probably because I need a fill-in, which I'm holding out because I got vacation. And if y'all see my toes, y'all would scream, but I'm not gonna show you my toes because it's just like, look at my legs though. They're not shaved, they're not waxed, nothing. We're just gonna hold out until vacation. If you're like that too, if you're on the verge of vacation, do you hold out on your maintenance? Because what's the point, right? You might as well just get it all done at one time. But anyway, my husband's about to open up this box so that we can finally use the camera starting today. Maybe not in this vlog, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But we got a lot to do today, so let's get it started.
So it's crack-a-lackin'. Crack-a-lackin'. No, for all I remember from the box was that it was just a box and I fell asleep. I don't remember this whole case situation.
Oh.
3, 2, 1, let's go, baby girl. Yeah, lollipop.
What? I like this flavor.
It's crushed. Is it crushed?
I don't know, but that's so cool. I wonder what's the aspect of their brand that makes them do that. That's cool.
Okay.
Voila. Well, this is not. Oh, this is okay. Oh, this is cute.
Donis had one. I mean, you showed me around.
This wasn't what he had at the wedding, though. He had a different one at the wedding.
He had the first.
I know that's right.
The first version of it.
I just turned it. Whoa. I don't know why people said this quality.
What? What's wrong with it?
Isn't good. Did it just turn off?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the camera's in the lock.
Wait, so you have to turn it sideways to use it?
Yeah. Now it's back up.
But that's not how I want to record.
What do you mean?
I wanted to record. Oh, well, I guess I do for now. But what about for my Instagrams?
You talking about
Yeah.
horizontal?
Why somebody said, like, look at this quality. Can y'all see that? Somebody said, maybe if I put my hand.
What are they saying? You're not completing your sentence.
Somebody said that the color on these weren't that great. That's why I bought the filter things. We're gonna figure out how to use these, but just real quick, when I do, I'll make sure that I vlog it. But I got like this filter kit by Newer. Same people who do the microphones, so I went against the grain with all that because they usually tell you to use DJI, not DJI. Is it DJI mics? Mm-hmm. Oh, I got newer mics because I like newer. They're the ones that make the ring lights and stuff. So I got this filter kit, which apparently adds like color to it so that you don't have to color grade it as much. I got these little magnetic things so that way you could put it anywhere. And then this is the magnetic holder too to put like on poles and stuff. So I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure out how to turn this from Chinese, because I really don't know how I got it on Chinese though. But I'm really excited. I gotta extend my rental though. But we gonna knock this content out. So anyway, let's make these smoothies so we can get up out of here. It's a cute little bunny. We're walking around this cute mini town that has all of these things. It's called Trilith, and apparently they do like Marvel films and stuff like that at these studios. So we used to love coming here a lot, and we just slowed down on coming here, but we decided to come here today. We wanted to tour places, like possible rental places and stuff, but it's probably closed now because my husband took so long to get out the house. It's 5:33. Right, babe?
Yeah.
You took so long to get out the house?
I did.
You're supposed to call my bluff. Thought you agreeing with me. But yeah. So we'll see what we could get into. But it's just nice being out. It is 90-something degrees though. Babe, look at these. This wasn't here before.
Yeah, it was.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been.
Oh. I didn't know it was here. That's cute too. Is this mango? Peach? Wait, no, we said mango!
Chantez, 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 chantez là.
This is why you don't listen to ChatGPT unless you feed ChatGPT the right things. This is why it's important to invest in somebody who has been there and done that. Because, baby, it has been about 36 hours since my ads ran, and I have yet to get a sale. And while I understand that ads are in the learning phase, I realized that I made a huge mistake that I'm about to fix right now. So the good thing about this though, because we always gotta look at the good thing is I prepped myself with about $1,200 to $1,500 to be able to run ads. The bad thing is, at my current budget, with the way that these ads are moving, I will burn through that in less than 6 days, which means I have 5 days left. So I need to fix it. Even though my ads are in learning, I need to fix it because, baby, what? So like, for example, I'm looking at my ads right now and I have spent 102 plus 72 is, let's just say 175 plus 88. I've probably spent like $275. So while the cost per link click is really solid, listen to this, right? Because it doesn't matter, even though this is for a digital product funnel and it doesn't go to a Shopify store, you need to listen to this. Because I set my ads up for sales, what Facebook is trying to do is find people who will commit to buying something. They're not finding more people to click. Does that make sense? So because of that, they're burning through my budget learning to try to see who's going to buy. But if we think about that disconnect, it's gonna be harder and it's gonna burn your budget faster than if you ran a traffic ad. And that traffic ad's goal is to push as many people to your site, so as many people who will click that's within your audience. This is where knowing your specific audience comes in, which I do. It's very specific, it's layered. I have like 4 layers on some of these audiences. Because it's very specific, these people will be a part of my target audience. I feel like this is really loud, but these people will be a part of my target audience. And some of those people that click will end up buying. Then what happens is we get to use that data that we have of the people who clicked and didn't buy or of the people who clicked and did buy to know, okay, who are buyers in the future. And then we can run, sales ads to them in the future or whatever. We also can take the people who clicked and didn't buy and we can run retargeting ads to them. And so my idea now is I'm about to look at all of these numbers. Then I need to stop all of these ads, even though they're still in the learning phase. They will still be in the learning phase because nobody's committing the action, right? Especially because right now my Pixel can only track add to carts. It can't track purchases because we haven't had purchases yet. So everything is discombobulated. I am not an ad specialist, and I haven't ran serious ads, like a serious ad funnel, in probably like a year and a half, 2 years. And Facebook, or Meta, has changed so much that I need to brush up on these skills. So I had to lean into somebody who is an ad specialist. So let me finish my game plan, then I'm gonna check the numbers. So pretty much I'm gonna stop all these ads. I'm going to redo them with a new goal of traffic. I'm going to take the people who click and don't buy, retarget them, and I'm retargeting them with ads that speak to how much the product is in the caption with the same creatives, how much the product is with the caption. Then I'm going to create a new creative with the price front and center with mock-ups of the digital product and stuff like that, and basically tell them this is what you could get for $27. And I'm gonna run that to the retargeting. Everything else is gonna stay the same for my other ads except switching the goal. And then what I'm gonna do is when people click and actually buy, I'm gonna use that as a learning, as learning and gathering data. So that way, when I want to optimize my ads in about 2 weeks, I can upload that list and then say, find lookalikes like this list to run ads to. That's what I'm going to do. But real quick, I'm gonna ask chat to calculate something real quick so that I can know how much money I just blew. The difference of like how Facebook does stuff now is even when you set a budget, because of their new AI, they will blow your budget. So this says $80 daily, but I spent $100, right? But these are the ads I'm looking at right now where I had $100 daily, I spent $800, $80, and I spent $800, but I got these amount of impressions, right? So what I'm calculating now, why I only got these amount of impressions. You know what I mean? Are you kidding? I think that's what this is. Y'all, and when I tell you, like in the next week or so, probably when I get back from vacation, I'm gonna tell y'all that I'm enrolled in some ad class or mastermind or something because, yeah, I don't like wasting money, even though I had this amount of money to spend. It's a couple of lessons from here. One, have the money to invest. Two, be willing to learn from somebody who is an expert in that area. And this is something that I preach so much because when I first started my business, one of the things that I didn't like is that people came to me as like a one size fit all. And I was truly like a brand strategist, right? And so come to me to talk about customer journey, your target audience, your visual strategy and how it connects, emotions and all that. I know my messaging is fire. I know that people will buy this because my messaging speaks to their soul, which is why my click-through rate is really, really high. And it's about like 90% of people, 85 on some of the ads, they're actually going through to the actual landing page and actually viewing them. However, it's difficult to run an ad and convert with somebody paying when you only have 20 something people per day going to your website. Like, I didn't spend $200 for 20 something people. So let me get to work on this Sunday to fix this because we got to figure this out. And the funny thing is I was tracking registrations here, but the goal of this was definitely traffic. It is now 6:41 and I actually started editing these ads at like 2:50, I think. So what is that? Is that 3 hours? No, that's 4 hours. So I have been fixing this for almost 4 hours, but I'm proud to say that I'm pretty much done. The only thing I didn't do is set up the retargeting, but I gotta head out and make the most of my Sunday with whatever time I have left. But I redid all of the other ads. I even tweaked some of the messaging that was on the website, and guess what? So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but the old version, like, so for one of my targets, the old version spent, as of today, it was $17 and it had gotten a reach of 438 with 8 clicks. The same target, but altering the ad objective, got me a reach of 952, 9 clicks so far, and it's only spent $3. Crazy. So I'm excited, but what this helped me see, because when I set up these ads, I spent like 6 or 7 hours doing this. And what it helped me see is exactly what a lot of the mentors in my head that I watch on like YouTube or read their books say. They always say that you don't get to be successful by just thinking and dreaming. You don't get better by just thinking and dreaming. You get better by doing it, making mistakes, fixing your mistakes, learning from them, and moving on. So you gotta get some skin in the game. So this was a lesson to me about that. And I'm happy that I had those mindset like nuggets in my head already, because although it was frustrating, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna figure out what the heck happened and we're gonna get that done. So if you are somebody you've been thinking about either doing something, whether it's actually launching, relaunching, doing something that you know will contribute to your brand's growth, or maybe it's a campaign idea that you have that's super creative and out of the box and you just haven't done it yet, do it. Because the worst that can happen is, it just doesn't go as you thought it would, but then you learn and then you can improve and make it whatever it is that you thought it should be the next time. So with that being said, I'm gonna end this vlog right here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Hustle Babe. Peace.